is the day for my pre-op appointment. I'm going in to have all my labs and stuff done in order to have my surgery done. I'm really excited. I have a lot of questions that I have written out. I have a lot of questions that I've written out for my doctor that I want to ask her. So you guys stay tuned and I will be back.
That's been tested that you're waiting on results?
You know, pretty in a pandemic.
Baby, you have anything you want to say to the people? Anything?
I'm ready to keep this going. Start having these babies.
Organs. It's just a lining that covers everything, all the organs inside your abdomen.
Okay.
And so basically what happens is the endometriosis sticks to this.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see if I can show you another picture, graphic. Okay, where's that? Okay, this is a good example. So this is what endometriosis looks like.
Okay.
When there's just lesions. You see these like powder burn lesions or these black lesions.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll go in. You can kind of see the peritoneum there. It's shiny film.
Right.
I'll go in and just strip all this off.
Okay.
And that will help a lot.
Okay.
Okay. It'll grow back. It'll grow back over time. But stripping that off will help get rid of a lot of, if there's a lot of lesions everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So we'll do peritoneal stripping. Also, we can go in and just burn these lesions too.
Okay.
And that will get rid of it. It's called fulguration.
Okay. Now, what about when if it has grown like on the bowel and the bladder, do you kind of do the same thing?
It usually, sometimes it can go deep, but most of the time it's just on the peritoneum.
Okay.
And we just have to strip it off of there or burn it.
Okay.
Okay. And so anytime I do laparoscopic surgery, I always say there's a possibility I could make a bikini cut. With this surgery, it's very low risk unless you just really have a lot of adhesions or it's just really, really, really bad.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that would be kind of worst case scenario.
It's like the stage 4 kind of, right?
Yeah, and most of the time I still can treat that.
Okay.
You know,
so you said it'll be a bikini cut?
No.
Possibly.
So if there's an emergency or if I can't get to what I need to get to because of adhesions,
gotcha.
We'll still treat you, but we will just make a bigger incision. And the chance of that is less than 1%.
Okay.
But I just tell you so that if you do happen to wake up with a bikini cut, you're not shocked.
Okay.
You know, okay, we talked about this. That means it was bad.
Now, I don't know if you know, but I've had a C-section.
That's fine.
Okay, so it was a bikini cut.
The same.
Okay.
It would be the same incision.
I just didn't know how you would. Okay.
Yep, same scar.
Okay.
And then I always put any other indicated procedure. So if the appendix looks bad or the gallbladder, we'll look at all that while we're in there. Then we'll have a surgeon come in and remove those if they were bad.
Okay.
And then adhesions, taking those down. If I see a cyst on the ovary,
we'll
remove that type of thing.
Okay.
That's what any other indicated procedure covers.
Okay.
We're going to try our best to do everything to keep your uterus, your ovaries intact, and so that we can get to the next stage, which is babies.
Baby.
Procedure, there's a risk of bleeding. There's a chance you could bleed enough to need a blood transfusion. Okay, blood transfusions are safe. The chance of you needing one is very low. It's less than 1%. But again, I always consent for it because when you're asleep, I can't wake you up and say, "Will you take this?" We just know ahead of time that you trust my judgment. And if I feel that you need one, we'll give it to you. But again, extremely rare, especially for this surgery.
Okay.
Fibroid surgery, more common. But this one, not so much.
Okay.
So there's a risk of infection. Most commonly, it's going to be in the bladder. Secondly, will be at the incisions, and lastly, will be in the belly. Again, less than 1% chance.
Okay.
In the bladder, because we catheterize you.
Okay.
During the surgery.
Yeah.
It's in after you sleep, and it's out before you wake up.
Okay.
There's a risk of injury to the bowel, bladder, blood vessels, nerves, any organ surrounding where I'm going to work. Again, less than 1% chance.
Okay.
Okay. So everything that I'm telling you about, we just have to tell you. Because it's an elective surgery, even though you have a problem, it's still elective.
Okay.
It's not like we're like rushing back, you have a ruptured appendix and we don't fix it, you're going to die. So that's why it's called elective. So whenever we do that, we have to do an informed consent.
Gotcha.
Okay. So that's all the risk. I'm going to have you initial that you would take a blood transfusion if needed.
Okay.
It depends. If I see stage 4, it's going to take a while. It's probably going to take 2 hours, 2 to 3 hours.
It's not too bad.
If I see something like what we saw on the computer, it might take an hour, maybe an hour and a half.
Okay. And from the MRI, you can't really see how bad it is. So it's almost like you're kind of going into it blindly a little bit.
Right.
Okay.
Until I get in there. I mean, at least we know something's there.
Yeah.
But until I get in there, I won't know the depth.
Right.
And how bad it really is.
For sure.
Until I get in there.
Got it. Got it.
Especially with endo. Like fibroids, usually I know ahead of time.
Okay.
I know that, okay, there's a 10-centimeter fibroid
Because you can see those images more clear.
You can see them, yeah. With endo, because it's those little lesions, you really can't see those anywhere. So,
okay.
not until I get in there.
Yeah. Okay.
And so, 2 weeks.
But that's not bad.
Okay, yeah.
Now,
what I'll do, I know you're interested in video for the surgery. What we can do is, actually, me and you edit videos?
I do.
Me and you can get together, we can edit some videos.
Woo, I'm down for that.
I'm serious.
No,
help me.
I'm very serious.
I tell people about starting my own YouTube channel.
You definitely should.
People want to see my work.
I told you that when I was
have boxes
here.
and boxes and boxes of discs, so
you need
maybe we
to.
should find the best like 4 or 5 and start there.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Hey, I'll compensate.
People want to see it to the point now where the laparoscopy, if you're just doing with somebody that's not a specialist, it can cause more damage than good. And so,
where do y'all live?
In Arlington.
I'm open on the weekends and stuff.
Oh, you are?
Like, no, I'm free on the weekends.
Oh, yeah.
So meet up and do
absolutely.
Seriously.
No, I'm very serious.
Because I've been telling my sister, I'm like, there's no way for me to get her these discs and then sit with her and decide what needs to stay and what needs to go.
we can take it in stages whenever you're ready.
I'm going to get like my top 10.
Okay.
Start with like 5. And then
okay, absolutely.
Yeah,
but my nurse, Kelly.
I know you were telling me about Kelly.
Her.
If you guys are willing. I just started my channel last week.
Oh, you're going to blow up.
So one of the things I wanted to do. One of the things I wanted to do down the line, like after recovery and stuff like that, is to do like a faith over endo brunch and have a panelist of a doctor or two and a couple of people to share their story.
I'm interested.
I'll
wear some good ones next time.
Yeah.
I'll wear some good